Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the FIFA Flow podcast. Welcome to season 3, episode 42, guys. Today we got more I'm not really gonna talk about a lot of games today. We will go over a few of the games. I haven't really watched the highlights for them either, like I don't know in depth about the games. However, we will do like a review on it. Actually, let's get the Serie A up as well. Let's just get that up as well, and the Bundesliga. I kind of want to do a review. I did not watch the games, as I said, like for some of the games that we will do a review on, so I'm not going to go too much into depth about them, or I did not watch the highlights. However, we'll just like overall, I think I saw a few clips of some of them. Let's also get Bundesliga. But yeah, as you can see by the amount of Twitter tabs we have open, I kind of want to go over the news, especially regarding Paris Saint-Germain, guys. We are in a devastating form right now in terms of management, in terms of how we play as a team, man. We have no chemistry within our starting 11. Even on our bench, we have no talent, we have no chemistry. It's just all solo talented players who play separately for themselves and not as a team, like Real Madrid, like Barcelona, like Napoli, like Arsenal and stuff like that. So we're gonna go all over those PSG news, and then yeah, as I said, a bit of review. So yeah, let's just get right into it, and then yeah, let's just get right into it, guys. And then I'll talk a bit more at the end regarding like the next episode and stuff and where I've been. But yeah, let's just get right into it. PSG versus Lyon. What a devastating performance from us. I mean, we did have quite a few opportunities, as you guys can tell by the stats. 16 shots on target versus 10, 16 shots versus 10, 5 shots on targets versus 3, 63% possession versus 37%. Now, as you guys may know, I am not a stat merchant. I don't like to say like, oh, PSG dominated here. They were unlucky. We were not unlucky. We were outskilled. That's what I say we were. And as I said, a main huge factor to us having these stats here is due to us having more independent players rather than cooperative players. And what I mean by that is, you see Mbappe is not gonna take his time to, oh, let me stop, wait for Messi to go down the wing, wait for, I don't know, like Fabian Ruiz to go down the wing, and then I'll pass to them and then they go score. I'm gonna go take the opportunity myself and score. I don't need to work with my teammates. I'm Mbappe. I'm an independent. I'm the best player in the world. Let me take the chance. Oh, I missed. I hit it wide. My bad. So the independent player, he's not working as a team. He's not dropping back like Messi does. Like at Barcelona, you know, like back in his Barca days, Messi would drop back, allow his fullbacks or some center attacking midfielders to go up on the wings, and then he would pass it to them, and then they would score. You get what I mean? So what that does is, if Mbappe, if he's playing striker, if he drop backs, he pulls out the center back, waits for a fullback to go up. You get what I mean? So we can draw this for you as well if you want. I don't know if it really works in a like a 3-5-2 formation, but yeah, as you guys can see here. So what I'm saying is, if Mbappe moves back over here, it pulls out. How do you change colors? This is Lyon over here, purple. This center back is now gonna move up. Like if this center back was initially over here covering Mbappe moved back here, and now this center back is gonna go back over here to mark him. Now this space will be open, allowing players like Nuno Mendes, Ronaldo Sanchez, Vitinha, Messi to all go forward, Hakimi to all go forward, and now Mbappe can pass it to them. There's no longer a center back here because he's been drawn out to Mbappe, and now he's open space not only to make an assist. Like he's open space to he's dragged out the defender to open space for his teammate and maybe for himself as well. Maybe he does a 1-2 and then he makes a run around, and then Messi passes it back to him at 1-2. But Mbappe is not that type of player, and for that reason, I'm saying he's more of an independent player. He's gonna be saying, "Oh no, we're not. If we keep on doing this, it's gonna take longer build up, making it less shots. So let me just go myself, try to take in a shot. If it goes in, it goes in. If not, he hits it wide. That's what I'm trying to say here. So as a team, we did have a few chances as well. Fabian Ruiz trying to flick it over the net. He also tried to get some outside box like power strikes and stuff, but just wasn't hitting on target. And man, recently, man, Mbappe, man, what's happened to his finishing against? I think it was against Stade Reims. Stade Reims. Or no, not Stade Reims. I think it was Rennes. Is that how you say his name? Their name, Rennes, Rennes. I think I know Camavinga played for that team, if I'm not mistaken. Take a look here at PSG. Yeah, so Rennes, yeah, no, Camavinga played for that team just 2 seasons ago before joining Real Madrid. But where was I? Who did Chouameni play for then? I don't quite remember. Did Chouameni play for Lyon? Oh, Monaco. He played for Monaco. Anyways, so yeah, against Stade Reims, Mbappe, man, against Mandanda, Steve Mandanda, the 37-year-old goalkeeper. He was honestly, that guy was literally prime Yashin during that game. But overall, even this game, man, Mbappe just couldn't get those chip shots over the keeper. There was a very beautiful play past Messi. He does like a back flick to the top of the box. He does like a 1-2. Messi does a back flip. And then Mbappe just couldn't get it over the Portuguese goalkeeper Lopez, guys. So, as I said, very, very unlucky. And as I said, we don't play as a team. Now, what you do notice a lot is we do make some attacks, but then we easily get counter attacked. Like, man, the goal we conceded was so bad. It was so bad. It was like Tagliafico or Thiago Mendes who did like a cross over the top through ball to the edge of the box over here to Lacazette. And then it's Lacazette who crosses it in. All our defenders are on this side of the box. We have, let's go ahead, take another photo, and I'll draw it out for you. So, as you can see, all our defenders are over here. This is our defenders. They moved here. 1, 2, 3, maybe another one here, 4. Or this is like Verratti and stuff here. And then we have Danilo Pereira here. Maybe another one here. But what we don't have marked, you have Thiago, I think it was Tagliafico or Thiago Mendes, the Brazilian and the Argentine. One of them, he does a chip over here. That's the ball. And guess what? All our players here, we have Barcola, is that how you say his name? Barcola, who's making a run, clear run over here. And Lacazette, he sees, oh, all the PSG defense, they're on me. No one's on the opposite side. Does a through ball here. Tap into the box. So, like, we don't know where our players were. It's like Liverpool, man. We were lost on the counterattack. And what I would say was a problem for us is we let them too easy. We let them in our box too easily. We let them in our box. See this box here? We let them in too easily. I don't mind getting counterattacked. What I mind is getting them a clear chance on net. That's my problem. And yeah, I don't know, man. Just, it's terrible. Very, very terrible. La Liga, guys. I mean, Madrid, guys, 6-0 against FLOWWWW. Pretty good game for them, of course. Madrid are a team who play together, man. You can see Cruz, Rodrigo, Benzema. You see all the time Vinicius Jr. goes down the wing. He sees Benzema. He connects with him. Gets in the back of the net. We don't have that type of stuff at Paris Saint-Germain, guys. Alaba, the leader in the back line. Asensio, man, today or during this game, man, I feel like he was very involved in making those runs down the wing. Same with Lucas Vazquez, going up a lot of the time. Camavinga, man, of course, playing center or left back this time. He's a center mid who plays left back, and that's what I say is if what's his name? If Jude Bellingham, if Real Madrid do plan to go ahead and get Jude Bellingham, they play like a 4-3-3. Let's say it'd be like Chouameni in the center. It would be Valverde and Camavinga on the outside center, or Valverde and Jude Bellingham on the outside center mids. And now we're Camavinga used to play in the center mid. Now Jude Bellingham plays there. They get a new fullback, which is Camavinga, who is solid, going up in the attack, making those runs, man. Uh, Even like defensively, he's good. He's very very solid defensively, passionate, hungry for the ball. Guys, give me a second. I'll just be right back. Okay, sorry for the trouble, man. My nose was killing me. But anyways, guys, where was I? Where was I? Yeah, Camavinga solid. However, I do feel like instead of buying Jude Bellingham to replace Camavinga's position and then move Camavinga to a fullback, Madrid can easily sign two solid fullbacks. And I think I explained this in my last video. Easily can sign two solid center backs like Trent Alexander-Arnold, Denzel Dumfries, Di Lorenzo, like on the right side, and then you go to the left side. I feel like you have players like actually maybe I don't know about Trent. I feel like he's starting to become more of a like Klopp should really start playing him more as a center mid rather as a fullback. So as a fullback, I don't think Madrid should go for Trent. As a center mid, I think as a midfielder he would be pretty solid. Um, but going back to fullbacks, like what I'm trying to say here is they can easily sign two solid fullbacks, such as Reece James and Reece James on the right, maybe like I wouldn't say Digne, but maybe like a Nuno Tavares. I feel like him at Olympique Lyon, or I think Marseille. Him at Marseille, solid player. More players like we can mention is like as I mentioned, Di Lorenzo, Denzel Dumfries, Reece James on the right. If we go to the left side, we have as I said, Nuno Tavares. That Spence guy, I think he's currently on loan. I think he went on loan from Spurs to Stade Reims, man. Yeah, not Stade de Reims, but Rennes, who we played last week or in their last league game a few weeks ago. Man, he was a beast, man. Him against Nuno Mendes was very, very struggling. You can even see in the second half he moved to the opposite side to not face against Nuno Mendes because Nuno Mendes, my beast, my fullback. Um, but as I mentioned, yeah, I feel like he's still a pretty solid man. He's very, very solid, especially in that attack. You can see a lot of the time, Spence, man, he was making some runs down the attack, which is what Real Madrid want. So as I mentioned, I feel like moving Camavinga to that fullback position is a good option. But then instead of going ahead to sign 200 million euro Jude Bellingham, go ahead and separate that money. Go ahead, sign a new solid fullback like Di Lorenzo, Denzel Dumfries, all the ones I named, and then on top of that, maybe instead of splurging on Jude Bellingham, maybe sign like I don't know some youngsters, like the kind of not youngsters. Like what am I trying to say here? Like I think their main focus is if they don't want Ferland Mendy, and if they say Ferland Mendy is not good in the attack, I think Ferland Mendy is a very very good defensive fullback. Just not quite sure about the attack. Um, that doesn't make him a bad player. I think he's still a very very good player. But they want someone like Marcelo. That's why that's why Camavinga is like a Real Madrid type player because he goes up a lot, like Marcelo. Same with Lucas Vasquez. Um, so if what I'm trying to say here is if Real Madrid do not like Ferland Mendy because he doesn't attack enough, but he's very very good in defense, and do not like Danny Carvajal, go ahead and instead of splurging on a 200 million euro midfielder, go ahead and split up that money and sign two solid fullbacks. That's what I'm trying to say here. That is what I'm trying to say here. Or if they like Camavinga at left back, if they like him at that fullback position, go ahead and sign a solid right back, and then instead of splurging on Jude Bellingham, maybe lower that price range and get a good center mid instead. Like not as good as Jude Bellingham, but still solid. But I think right back, they really need a new right back, man. Not freaking yeah, as I mentioned, actually, I don't know really Denzel Dumfries as an attacker, but as I mentioned, Spence, Nuno Tavares, um, And Di Lorenzo, I feel like when you look at the Napoli build up this season, he's very involved in going down those wings, kind of finding finding Osimhen in the middle of the box, making those through ball passes into Politano down this right side. So I feel like Di Lorenzo is a great player on the attack, but yeah, as I mentioned, if Real Madrid's problem is an attacking fullback, man, I don't know why they're trying to sign a 200 million fullback. Instead, get two solid 100 million fullbacks. Maybe get if they want to continue playing Camavinga as a fullback, then get 100 million midfielder instead of 200 million Jude. Get 100 million and then spend that other half 100 million on a solid right back for Danny Carvajal replacement. But yeah, and then Barcelona. I did not watch this game, so nothing to say here. I believe there isn't a Clasico actually tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is tomorrow, so it should be interesting. Barcelona up 1-0 on aggregate. So yeah, as I said, it should be a pretty interesting game. Of course, Copa del Rey. I think Madrid will try to do their best to kind of full send it, because right now I think Madrid are definitely favorites to win the league, and personally I think whoever comes out of that left side, you know, the side with Man City, Bayern, and Madrid, whoever comes out of that side is most likely over 80% chance to win the Champions League, because the right side is just so much easier. If Napoli go out, it's a free win for whoever comes out of the other side. However, yeah, so I do think Real Madrid are favorites to win the Champions League. But right now, that's really their own goal, is to win the Champions League. La Liga is practically over with how Barcelona's form are. I feel like they're a very good team. Of course, chemistry-wise. I mean, to be fair, Barcelona are only focusing on La Liga, so they're a bit more under pressured. But at the end of the day, they're still killing it. Like, in terms of, I guess, the play style and stuff, it's still top notch. I think it can definitely be better, but like during bigger games, it can definitely be better. Small game Lewandowski, but overall, they're still a pretty good team. So yeah, as I said, Madrid more pressure, and only goal is and mainly focusing on only trophy to win is more pressure, Champions League. Out of basically, as I said, La Liga is basically non-existent for them anymore, and then their only really other hope for a second trophy other than the Champions League, still, if they do win the Champions League, is going to be the Copa del Rey, and for that reason, I think Madrid will hopefully, not hopefully, but like they will definitely try to kind of full send it to get that comeback against Barcelona. In an away game as well will be pretty difficult, but they will try to get that comeback to beat Barcelona to win a second, at least have a trophy, to like confirm a trophy, if you get what I mean. But yeah, that is the La Liga. Let's go over to the Premier League, man. I want to start off with Newcastle United because I watched a few of the highlights, and man, Newcastle, bro, with the Saudi owners, 500 million, and they're still, they barely spent any of it. They signed Isak. I think they already had Bruno Guimaraes, and he's just been a beast this season. But I'm pretty sure they signed Isak. They signed Trippier from Atletico de Madrid. I'm pretty sure Digne is Digne at I'm not sure if he's at Everton. I think he's at Newcastle. And then Gordon, man. Gordon's been killing it after they bought him for like 35 million from Everton last season. Probably one of their best players from Everton's academy. And yeah, now at Newcastle, I feel like he's been killing it this season. Who else did I miss? I feel like this guy here. Is this the goalkeeper they have? Oh no. Oh no, man. Yeah, I don't know why my Google is so slow. But yeah, as I mentioned, I mean, who's there? Oh, Nick Pope. They have Nick Pope. Solid, Berm, Botman. Yeah, as I said, Bruno Gamara is probably the best. Bruno Willock. Yeah, Isak I mentioned. Like, who else is there? Is there anyone else I didn't name? Yeah, as I said, Gordon. Wilson, this guy sounds familiar. I think this guy's been pretty good. I don't quite know. I mean, 20 matches, 8 goals and 3 assists, man. Solid. That is solid. That is solid for a Newcastle player, guys. I mean, no offense here, but like when you think of Newcastle, you don't really think like in the past seasons, you don't really think of them as a top three Premier League team. This season they're killing it, man. With the Saudi owners barely spending anything, it's too good, man, too good. And what you definitely notice from this game is United or Newcastle definitely owns the midfield. They really slowed. They played in a slow pace. They went back and forth in that top of the box, kind of moving around the United players, making them like draining their energy, and then waiting for that one moment, that one easy like ball into the box. And I think it was mainly due to the midfield ownership of them just holding the ball, passing it around, taking their time, waiting for that through, waiting for that pass to get the goal. And if we look at stats here as well, 22 shots versus 6 shots on target versus 1. Possession doesn't really show that they really did a passing game. I mean, even passes here, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like they kind of took their time. Like taking your time is not generally like doing a bunch of passes, but um, like they really took their time. They waited for that pass, and they got a lot of corners as well. I think both of them came off of headers as well. Very good. I mean, they got tall players like Isak, Botman, Bruno Guimaraes. So brilliant play from Newcastle, dominating. I feel like, as I mentioned, yet again, the midfield dominance that Newcastle had was really important for this victory. Honestly, not just against United, I think just against any team, man. Midfield, especially in the modern era, is such a key like role, and that's really the build up. That's how the build up to most plays come from. Is your defenders, they get the ball, they stop the ball, they're the wall. They don't they block the ball, they get it, pass it to their midfield, and then from the midfield they're like the connection between the back line and the front line. So I feel like for that reason, like if knowing how to move the ball well, to play good through balls into your attack like Newcastle did today, taking their time, finding those through balls into Isak, those chip overs, those through balls behind Lisandro Martinez and Varane, very key from like from any team to be able to do that. And Newcastle did it very well. Lisandro Martinez, man, he's still having flashbacks from uh, Popala, man. 7-0 Popala, sending Lisandro Martinez back to Ajax. Still having flashbacks from that. So that is that. Tottenham Hotspurs also drew their game this weekend against Everton. Pretty unfortunate. Both of them had red cards. Don't exactly I did not watch one bit of this game or did not hear anything about this game. However, that draw did get them 1 point ahead, or that equalized them in points with United. And since they have a higher goal difference, it also puts them on top. However, guys, teams like United, even Newcastle, man, they have 2 games in hand. So both games for Newcastle and United, both games they have in hand, could really be a important game for them to get more points. Maybe Newcastle possibly catches up to City. I do not see that happening, but it could be a miracle. You never know, man. That would be the most insane thing. I mean, Leicester winning the season almost from mid-table relegation and stuff to winning the season, man. That was the craziest thing back in 2015-16 season. So Newcastle would be like very similar to that. I feel like you don't really expect that from Newcastle. I mean, like, if we take a look at Newcastle, like 11th last season, not even top half of the table. Where are they here? They're not even. Oh, no, they are here. 12th, like the bottom half of the table. 13th. Um, yeah, 13th yet again. So yeah, as I mentioned, Newcastle, man, like you don't really expect that. I mean, if we even look at Leicester City as well, like Leicester, they were 14th, and then they come back and they win the league, man. Miracle, what a miracle. So same thing is kind of going on with Newcastle. You could say I wouldn't really say with Arsenal it's a miracle. I think Arsenal have just finally found that like they were a top team, but now they've become like more like they've learned from their mistakes and now becoming even a more top team. So that is what I'm trying to say here. Is there any game I really want to talk about that I like can really explain well? Chelsea Liverpool didn't really watch the highlights from that today, so I think we'll save that for the next episode. Man City Liverpool, guys, Man City and Liverpool just so bad. Salah scoring in the 17th minute, and then guys, Liverpool just go, or Man City just go on a double brace, man, just too good. Man City, and yeah, as I said, Man City is a team. Pep Guardiola is a team who likes to like they're a team who have chemistry. They're a team who, what would I say, kind of waited out. Is that what you say here? I mean, look how they play the passing, the pass and go play. You can see a lot of the times, a lot of their opportunities, they send the ball to the wing, and you see Mahrez, Grealish, um, going down those wings. They see those through balls like from Kevin De Bruyne and stuff. The through ball into Julian Alvarez. You see that happen plenty of times. The first goal, I think, was a header for Julian Alvarez. Um, yeah, don't quite remember. Second goal, as I said, sending it down the wing to Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez sending it into the box, finding Kevin De Bruyne, getting past Alisson, and then Kevin De Bruyne into the back of the net with the tap in. And then Gundogan did not see that goal. Grealish, it was a nice 1-2. He used down the wing, yet again down the wing. He tries to cut inside, sends the ball yet again down the wing to Kevin De Bruyne. KDB back into it. He gets a slide tackle. At least he didn't do what he did during that England-France game, man. Sending it wide, just a tap in, easy open net, sending it wide. In this one, he got it past Alisson, but beautiful 1-2 pass and goal. Sending it down the wings like Man City, of course, under Pep Guardiola. You already know they're a team who are very fancy. They're a team that I like to watch because of their play style. Like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Napoli, Man City, and Arsenal, they play very similar in terms of pass and go, pass and go. And of course, I think that's a lot due to one, La Liga passion, the Spanish passion, the Spanish like I guess not, what do you call it, technical, like the flair, you can say, the Spanish flair. Even like Arsenal have that as well because of like Arteta and stuff. But and the passion, yet again, the passion, the pass and go. So that is a huge factor. That is a huge factor. Is the pass and go, the play style that they win, the way they play really like really makes them a top tier team. Let's go ahead and talk about some football news, guys. Saudi club Al Hilal made an offer to Lionel Messi, 400 million a year. The Argentine wants to stay in Europe. Barca waiting for financial fair play to send a bid. Lionel Messi and PSG are not expected to part ways. I just want to go a bit more to Messi over here. So yeah, Al Hilal have sent worth 400 million, but Messi's absolute priority is to stay in Europe. Barca are waiting on FFP to send bid and open talks. Lionel Messi has not accepted PSG's offer yet, as he's waiting for sporting guarantees. So, guys, more about Messi here. There's a 70% chance that Lionel Messi will return back to Barcelona this summer. So, I mean, Messi, man, Messi. You already know, Messi really wants to go back to Barcelona, and I think he has the rights to do so. Let's just change the screen here. He really has the rights to do so, knowing how bad PSG are. Now, I think saying this out loud, I think saying it to the world, when I post on social media, oh, I don't like Messi. What I mean by that, when I say, oh, Messi is so finished and stuff, is Messi is still a great player. I think he's still a top tier player. But I think saying that towards the whole world, where I mean, just this past game against Lyon, during the announcement, of the starting 11, the fans were whistling against Messi, and you can see, I think it was Galtier who said it was a bit harsh. Yeah, I know. I guess I don't have it. But yeah, it was Galtier, like a bit like you saying, oh, it's a bit harsh. Messi's a fantastic player who puts in his all. And I think as a PSG fan, I do not see, like, I think he's just saying that for the boards just not get hate. But as a PSG fan, as a club who wants to have more club success rather than history, oh, we have Messi, we have Mbappe, we have Neymar. I do not care one bit about that. What I care about is we have connected players. I think what we really need is Parisians, Diaby, Rabiot, Kolumuani, Marcus Thuram, the striker, and his brother Keprin Thuram from OGC Nice guys. We need some like what I really loved about PSG back in the 2016, 2015, 2014, 2017 era is the connection, the passion in the midfield. You had young Marco Verratti who was hungry, passionate for the ball. I loved him. Had Blaise Matuidi, of course, the French nationality to kind of represent us. Rabiot, of course, yet again the French connection. In the backline, you had Thiago Silva. What's his name? David Luiz, not David Luiz. Douglas. There's no David Luiz. Douglas Luiz is the guy for Aston Villa. David Luiz. Yeah, pretty. Yeah, yeah. David Luiz. Who else? Marquinhos. Um, Buffon, who I think was probably one of our most historic best keepers. If he stayed at, I wish he really stayed in PSG, man. I really wish he stayed in PSG instead of going. Where did he go to Juve? I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we had Buffon. Just yeah, man. The passion, the connection we had, and then you had Zlatan and Cavani up top. What a like a an automatic goal scorer duo up top. Like the passion we had back then. Now it's more, as I said, individual, independent, kind of um trying to be like you can see Mbappe is not really I mean he's a captain for France. When you see Mbappe play for France, he has more connection with him. At PSG, it's just like, oh, I'm here to play. Who cares really? They're not putting them. They're not really there to play for the team. They're playing for themselves, and that's why I say independence. And I think Messi is a great player. He's a huge player, especially in a build up play like those creative chances. But I think he doesn't really have connections within the team other than really Neymar. I'd really say is really the only connection he really has. Um, and then so I think that's a huge reason. I think we need to sell players like Juan Bernat, sell these young players, and we need more players who are connected, like Rabiot, like Diaby, the French representative as well. We need to represent our Frenchness. And for that reason, I would agree. Like I like not only for Messi but for PSG as well to let Messi go back to Barcelona or leave to go back to another club. We keep on looking. PSG plans to hire a new coach with great character and personality. Christophe Galtier won't stay past the season. I mean, yet again, man, I don't really care about the manager. I feel like Pochettino was a great manager for us. Unless we got Zidane, I think Christophe Galtier was a downgrade to Pochettino. Unless we have gotten Zidane, but we didn't. So I think Pochettino was a solid center. It was a solid. I really didn't mind him. I think we were better as a team under Pochettino, especially under Tuchel as well. Um, but yeah, as I said, even if we keep Galtier, I know he's not as good as Pochettino or Thomas Tuchel or other coaches like Zidane. If we possibly get Zidane, however, I think as I just mentioned, it's more about the team chemistry. Sell Messi because he doesn't have much chemistry in the team. We need players who are connected together. The French, as I said, I feel like French is really huge because we need like the French representation within the club. Um, PSG are actively searching for a coach. Julian Nagelsmann is on the list, but no contact. Zidane is unanimous choice, but um, it's a complicated matter. Antonio Conte, Luis Enrique, and Jose Mourinho are appreciated. So Julian Nagelsmann, I feel like I mean, it was pretty weird how he just randomly got sacked at Bayern Munich, and now Thomas Tuchel went in. As I feel like, as I said, I think tactically as a tactical manager, Thomas Tuchel is clear of Nagelsmann. But I feel like Nagelsmann, I feel like if he had more chance, if they had only given him more time, I think that he could have been a good manager for Bayern. As well as he had the connectivity. You can see the passion, like chest bumping, like Mulder and stuff. You can see the passion. Um, so yeah, I feel like Nagelsmann is a downgrade. Zidane is an upgrade. Antonio Conte is a downgrade, probably I'd say. Luis Enrique downgrade. Jose Mourinho upgrade. So I'd take Jose Mourinho or Zidane. But as I said, it's not about the manager, man. I really don't care about the manager. I care about the um the uh the passion, the connection within the team. Like you look at Arsenal, City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Napoli. They have connection, man. They have passion. Yuka Ekitike is on sale, pending further options. I think I saw something. Yeah, Frankfurt are open to swap deal for Randall Kolomoani with Ekitike plus money. Man, Kolomoani, man, at the World Cup, this guy was cooking sometimes when he got subbed on. Like, if he cooked a bit longer, he could have actually cooked some nice cooking dishes. Man, Colin Mawani, I think he's clear of Ekatika. I think he knows how to position himself well. Of course, he got that chance in the World Cup as well. In the final, unfortunately, in the last minute, Emiliano Martinez, saved the shot. I think he's a solid player. Even like not just that one shot. I feel like overall his positioning, he had some pretty good chances on the ball. He's pretty good. So I would take that deal 100%. PSG still hopes to sell Neymar. Um, PSG no longer want the trio Neymar, Messi, Mbappe at the club. As I said, it's really I feel like our players are more independent. Messi, no connection. Mbappe, would you say for the money? As a PSG fan, I'm not saying it's for the money. I'm saying he's staying for the sporting project. Um, he's very loyal. He's really a Parisian. You can really tell by him staying at Paris. He wants to represent his home country, his home city. I mean, when you're grown up at if you're grown up in a big city, in a big country as well, in a very popular country like France, maybe even England as well, you're most likely if you're born there, raised there since childhood, since birth, and then you get the opportunity to be one of the best players for the team that you were raised in. Is crazy, bro. And Mbappe has earned that. He's really earned that. I think you can see the same with Harry Kane as well. Harry Kane raised in England, and now he's the best the best player to ever play for Tottenham Hotspurs. I mean, that's why you never see that. That's why Kane has been so loyal to Spurs, because he was raised there. He was in the academy, and then he's now their best player for the team of his home club that he was raised in the city he was raised in. And the same thing going on for Mbappe. He's the future of football. So that's why, for that reason, I'm saying it's not for the money. I feel like for Mbappe, it's more about himself, independence, more popularity. As I said, Messi is more connection wise. He's not really connected. Like, he's like, oh, like I want to play for Barcelona only. He doesn't really have the connection. Um, I'd say, yeah, he doesn't really have the connection with like Donnarumma, with like Fabian, like with Fabian Ruiz and like Carlos Soler and stuff. He doesn't really have that connection like he does with Neymar. And then for Neymar, I feel like it's more yet again. I think Neymar is a brilliant player, like the magician. But I really do feel like for Neymar, it's yet again similar to David Beckham's scenario situation at Manchester United, where he was more like about, oh, let me get popular on the internet, on social media. Like he's more worried about his social media like presence rather than his football presence. And for that reason, Neymar, like I think I want to sell Messi. I want to let Messi go. But for Neymar, I think, I mean, I guess, yeah, Neymar could go down as well, because um, I guess I would let go of Neymar as well, so we can get one, cut pay wages, and then two, use those pay wages to sign several other players instead. Um, they have the three best players in the world and can't even make proper use of them. Give Jose Mourinho a job at PSG if he won't win UCL League 5 times straight with such forward Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. What a trio! Poor management from the club. That's what I'm saying, man. That is what I'm saying. Management, as well as I feel like mentally for the players. PSG could be interested in Nagelsmann. We talked about this. I don't really like him. Chelsea started discussion with Luis Enrique to succeed Graham Potter. I mean, that could be pretty good. I mean, you already know the Spanish, the Barcelona. He was at Barcelona, and now he could have the Spanish kind of what do you call it? The Spanish passion, the Spanish tactical plans and stuff. So I think it's a huge upgrade. Todd Bowley this season, guys. Todd Bowley. So at Chelsea this season, 11 million in compensation to Thomas Tuchel after his dismissal, 25 million to Graham Potter from Brighton, 15 million to Graham Potter after his dismissal, 50 million spent, and they don't have a coach. They spent 50 million to try to solve a problem they had with a manager, and still couldn't. And now they have no manager. They have to spend more money. 50 million, bro. They've spent 450. They've spent 600 million euros in last summer's transfer plus this winter's transfer market on players, and 1/3 of that only towards managers who are both sacked now. And now they have to spend another, I don't know, 20 million to sign another manager. Man, what the hell, man? 700 million euros, and 1/7 of that is for manager. That is just sad. That is very, very sad. But yeah, man, PSG, man, we really need to get our stuff together. Um, we really need to get our stuff together. And then yeah, as I said, Arsenal, City, man, the passion, the way they play, the La Liga passion, just too good. Yeah, next episode, guys. Yeah, man, today's episode was pretty meh, but as I said, next episode will probably be on the weekend for sure. Friday, I'm probably busy. Probably gonna hang out with my cousins. Gonna go play some football. And then come play some FIFA. Monday, I go out with brunch with my friends. So I don't know if I'll be like I might be pretty busy on that day as well. And of course homework and stuff as well. So I think maybe Saturday or Sunday. Do we have any games on Monday that I might want to wait for? Yeah, no games on Monday. So I think game will be next episode will be on Sunday. We got Liverpool Arsenal as well. Should be pretty nice. Any good PSG game? PSG OGC Nice, Madrid Villarreal. That should be pretty good as well. Yeah, some pretty good games over the weekend. And then yeah, we'll also on Sunday we'll talk about Champions League round of 16 as well, or quarterfinal as well. So yeah, yeah, thank you. As I said, this video was very, very meh, very mid, I would say. But yeah, I just wanted to come on, kind of talk about football since I haven't in the past 2 weeks. As I said, sorry. I've been really, really busy. I mean, I was on break. I was on spring break, so that was one part of it. I was kind of wanted to relax. I was a bit lazy. I wanted to relax. And then two, when I came back, I was like, oh, I'm going to be more motivated because like, oh, school and stuff. I have more energy because I have to kind of work again. But then that kind of drains me even more, and like I just have so much work as well. But yeah, next episode Sunday, Champions League games, more Twitter news. Hopefully, it will go more into depth than we did today. Today was very, very mid. But yeah, for now, stay positive, stay happy, stay flow, and I'll see you later. Peace. Have a good one.